it says back in July, a ballpark deal was on the table, something they could actually work with. It included compensation payments of between £14,000 and £20,000 to affected workers. But it claims after reaching an agreement in the negotiations, the council later came back and withdrew not just from that ballpark figure, but from the negotiations altogether. The union blames the council's commissioners for that, and we know the two sides haven't even spoken since. Now, the council said to believe those payments could open itself up to further equal pay claims, and it's already had to pay out around £300 million to workers in largely female-dominated roles for not paying them equally over the last decade or so. But the council has never published its legal advice that suggests it would open itself up to another equal pay claim. And today, Unite's senior legal counsel said the potential for that was overstated and had little basis in law.
They can't bring additional equal pay claims. They would have to bring what's called indirect discrimination claims. And in order to succeed in those claims, they would have to show that the council was treating everybody the same, which it isn't. More importantly, they'd have to show that they, the equal pay claimants, were in the same or similar circumstances to the refuse workers, and they're not, because the refuse workers have good legal claims.
So you estimate, really, the council's only liability that could potentially end up having to fork out is just a couple of grand?
Well, I think it would be zero, but I quantified the risk as being about £1,000 to £2,000 per person, yeah.
So the advice that Unite has received is that there effectively couldn't be another equal pay claim. So the thing the council has feared for so long, they believe, is impossible. An unnecessary worry then that's frustrated some of those out on strike.
Well, it makes me angry because they've put the people of Birmingham through this. 9 months of industrial action, all the costs that they put to the taxpayer, increased council tax, everything they've done for no apparent reason.
Well, this morning I asked the council if it would publish or summarise the legal advice it had received, given Unite had made theirs public, and if the council would review this new legal opinion from Unite's lawyers. They didn't answer those questions, but did say the council does not recognise or agree with Unite's position. We must pay fairly and equitably across all council in circumstances. We will not perpetuate the mistakes of the past and reopen the potential for equal pay claims by making potentially unlawful payments to settle the waste dispute. So whatever you think, that statement clearly showing that the two sides now are still so far apart.